I'm just wondering, for about like 5 or 6 minutes, can I just be an old guy?
Okay, sure, go ahead.
Okay. At least when I was younger, I always heard like my grandparents and stuff say things like, well, back in my day, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I've kind of reached that point right now with current inflation and the fact that I'm in my mid 40s and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely noticing a lot of things. I remember at one point, like my grandfather saying something, well, back in my day, we could buy a whole bag of candy for a nickel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, there are ebbs and flows, ups and downs with the market on what things cost.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember in the late 90s, I lived in West Michigan, and I remember the local gas station, a gallon of gas was 89 cents.
Okay.
And now it is not 89 cents.
Yes,
now,
it's not.
just like a year and a half ago, it was like, I don't know, $5-6 around here. And now it's like $3 and something, which isn't that bad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain on that.
Yeah.
89 cents would be great, though.
Yeah, for sure.
But, you know, $3 and something, I can work with that. $5-6, I was like, are we doing this?
Yeah.
I will say I noticed something, and that's what spurred this whole idea to talk about this. And I've, for the very first time, I've got some props for our show. I don't know how terrible this is going to sound on the mic, so I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
But I've got 2 bags of chips. I've got this one.
Yep.
And then I've got this one.
Okay.
And the deal is first of all, we've heard the new term shrinkflation.
Okay.
You know, like
Yeah.
how they'll charge the same amount of money, but they'll make it smaller.
Yes.
And what really caught me off guard was, well, I guess 2 things. One, I noticed the side of the bag, and I'm not going to be able to hold it up to see it in the camera, but just trust me, it says $5.99.
Okay,
Is what it's recommended to be or whatever, and I'm pretty sure that's what I paid.
Okay. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And I thought $5.99, well, whatever, I guess. I don't know, it feels ridiculous. And then I looked at how big the bag was. This one is 12 ounces. And I was like, it feels kind of high, but, you know, what am I going to do about it? Then for curiosity's sake, I looked at the other bag, which is also $5.99. And it says 10 ounces. So these 2 bags here.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's going to sound so bad on the camera or on the mic. These are actually different sizes, although they look very similar.
Yeah, they do.
I thought I was grabbing 2 of the same size bags. I mean, one doesn't say family size.
Yeah.
So then it started me thinking, what did it cost when I was younger? So, you know, of course, with the internet, you can look up all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So I looked up what a bag of potato chips cost in 1990. First of all, they were 16 ounces.
Oh, okay.
So they were not 10 and 12 ounces or whatever they're trying to get by us here.
Yep.
They were 16 ounces and they were $3.
Oh, man.
So you got more chips, similar size bag for half the money. And I just thought, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm that old guy
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So when people say the good old days,
Back in
not
my
lying.
day, you could get a 16-ounce bag of chips for $3.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I dug into this a little bit, and I was looking for something that hadn't changed.
Yeah.
And I'm a nerd, so I play video games.
Yeah, yeah.
And what was kind of amazing is video games haven't really gotten cheaper. Or no, I shouldn't say cheaper, more expensive. They've kind of maintained the same like cost.
Okay.
But because of inflation and things like that, and the dollar being devalued,
Yes.
technically they're cheaper. So in 1990, in the United States, Super Mario Brothers 3 came out for the original Nintendo.
Yeah.
And it debuted for $49.99, basically $50. Now, 30 years later, most games are around $50-$60. A lot of the games I bought for my Switch are $50-$55. That's virtually the same price, except for it's 30 years later.
Right. Yeah.
And chips cost more than twice the
Yes.
amount.
Yeah.
Gas costs several times the
Yes,
amount.
It does.
And video games somehow are around the same price,
Yeah, that's interesting.
which I kind of think That's not that bad.
Yeah,
But you can also,
not that bad.
you can kind of figure out why some of these game developers are like, we're going to do some in-app purchases.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of like, every year, we're not able to charge the same amount. We have to charge less. I mean, effectively because of inflation and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's probably where they're trying to make it up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Because, there's a lot of games now that have in-app purchases.
Yeah.
And then they try to get you when it's like, $2.99.
Right.
When it's basically $3, even though that's not that much, but still, you already paid $50 for the game.
You know what? And I will say, and I didn't look this up, but this is just coming from my memory. I feel as if movies are similar. Because even right now, when a new movie comes out, and I'm able to stream it for the first time, sometimes it's $25. But a lot of times it's $19.99, $20.
Yeah.
And don't you remember as a kid being in the store and a new VHS was $20, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up later.
Yeah.
But two things that seem to be not more expensive, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But everything else is getting more and more expensive.
Yeah. So what's interesting about that? What you did was I recently saw that on the movie Home Alone. You saw the movie Home Alone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone when Kevin goes out to buy his groceries, someone did an entire they recreated that shopping list and did it today, and it was like $20 more for the things that he got. I can't remember his whole list, but
it was only $20 more.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was $20. Maybe it was more, but it was significantly more. I mean, I think that $20 for those same things, some of the stuff they couldn't find.
Okay, because
exactly the
I have
same,
definitely seen YouTube videos where they've gone, like an influencer who's been doing it for a while, went to a grocery store a long time ago and was like, oh, these are the 10 things I'm going to buy. How much do they cost? And in fact, I saw one a couple months ago where they were like, yeah, our original grocery bill was $60, and then they did it like 4 years ago again, and it was like $80.
Yeah.
And then they just did it this year, and it was like $120. And I was like, ooh, we are not moving in the right direction.
No. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I hate the idea of inflation, but like, I don't know. Things are going to go up because, I mean, we're over here thinking that 89 or 99 cent gas was nice, but it used to be way less than that before.
Yes.
So,
and I get we probably need gas more than any other liquid besides like water. But if you really think about it, I remember back when the gas was 89 cents and I was listening to a radio station and they were saying, for all these people that are complaining about 89 cents, you can't buy a gallon of milk for 89 cents. And I was repeating this to my father over our Christmas celebration.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, even now, you're not buying a gallon of milk for $3 whatever. That's more than that. I was like, oh, because I don't buy that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I was gonna say $5. I don't know if that's right, but probably close.
Yeah. I think it's in that neighborhood. But yeah, either way, still less expensive than you can't drink it though. But and don't drink it.
Yeah.
Just for your car.
And they're never gonna go down. We won't see those prices like that again, unfortunately.
Probably not. Not unless something real bad happens.
Yeah.
And I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Are you willing to sacrifice the cheap
No.
groceries for-
I don't want the economy to tank. I'd rather just acknowledge that we're older and we remember a time where stuff costs a lot less.
Yeah.